to another episode of Midwest Slang, man. It's your boy Frank Nitty. I got a special guest today with me.
What's up, y'all? It's Core DJ King Rob, Midwest representative. Mr. Everything, Mr. Never Sleep. That's what I do.
Where are you from?
Born and raised in Elkhart, Indiana.
Okay, shout out to Elkhart, man.
Born and raised.
Elkhart. My kids, I got kids down there, man.
Yeah, man.
Family down there.
Sure.
So what do you do?
Man, I do a whole lot. Resume crazy, but
Fill us in, bro. Big bro.
man, my full-time, I'm a DJ full-time, 22 radio stations across the country.
Okay. Shout out 22.
DJ for the legendary Big Bub, Men at Large, Core DJ, the world famous Core DJs. Man, I'm just out here grinding on that tip, and then I do a lot of non-profit stuff.
Okay.
I'm the vice chairman of the board for the Indiana Black Expo.
Okay.
I also am the president of the Elkhart chapter of the Indiana Black Expo.
You making moves,
man. I'm out here, man.
Making moves.
I have a well, some people would call it servicing records. Mm-hmm. So I have a record pool called Independence Media, where I service records to over 1,500 DJs every month.
Okay.
Then I do an independent artist tour called the Small Town Big Dreams Tour, where we go from city to city across the country throughout the year, 6 times throughout the year, and doing showcases.
Yeah.
But that's what I do.
Okay. So, how long you been DJing?
Man, I DJed my first party in 1988. 1988, man.
I think I was 3 years old.
Freshman in high school. I did my first concert because I promote concerts too. Okay. My first official concert that I did was actually JJ Fad. They had a hit out back then called Supersonic. A lot of people know that song. But that was actually, I really wasn't intended. I actually got through into the DJ game. I was actually a promoter, and my best friend was like the neighborhood DJ.
Okay.
DJ AK-47, Sean Pratcher. He was DJing, and I was the promoter, but I was always with him when he was DJing. Okay. And a situation came up where I had to take over the turntables. And he was like, man, I got to show you how to DJ, so if something like this ever come up, you'll be prepared. And that's how I really started DJing.
Took off from there.
Yep.
So from like the DJing from back then to now, how different is it?
Man, it's way different. The game has, I don't know, some people say it evolved, I say it changed. Mm-hmm. Back when I started DJing, man, most of the DJs, they did it for the love. They did it for the culture. Yeah. Like now DJing is about popularity. Competition, somebody undercutting somebody, and it's way different, man. A lot of people would say, because like a lot of DJs now, they don't use turntables. They use controllers and a lot of electronic stuff, which I use a controller too when I need be, but I can break my turntables out too.
Still bring the turntables out too?
It depends on the situation and what the paycheck like, to be honest. Okay. But a lot of DJs nowadays, they just not recognizable with the turntables or that type of stuff. But I came up under the turntable era, so it's different, man. It was a culture. If you seen another DJ, you'd be like, "Come on, get on." Like nowadays, DJs like, "I ain't letting you DJ," or "I don't want him to DJ" because they feel like it's taking away attention from you. But
competition.
I came up from an era where it was all love. Hip hop was all love, and music was all love. But it's a little different now.
Yeah, it is though. Yeah, you can say that though. Competition.
It's about competition when really it's
egos.
It's not about a competition, to be honest. It's about, you know what I'm saying, the culture. Yeah. Passing the buck, like
opening doors.
I think people really don't understand if you don't, like we not here forever. Mm-hmm. We just not here forever. Somebody is always here to take somebody's place with anything in life. Drug dealing, singing, rapping, DJing. You never know what tomorrow gonna bring. And
Most definitely.
like the door, like man, I came up under the era each one teach one.
Yeah.
So teach somebody something. You know what I'm saying? Your legacy is what you do. Like people don't understand when they say your life is a dash. So when they say, like I was born in 1973, and then there's a dash of when I passed away. So what you do in your lifetime is really how you live your funeral. So people really don't understand, like you live your funeral when your legacy is not what you do during that dash, is like what you did, but like if I teach you something, like what I learned, and then you can teach somebody else, and then you know what I'm saying, that's how your legacy
yeah.
versus like, oh, I rocked the party, because I don't know if you hear people say all the time, people really don't remember what you did yesterday.
Yeah. But
people really remember how you helped them or how you show love.
Yeah.
But being selfish and not sharing the love out here is like, it really gets you nowhere at the end of the day.
Most definitely. Yeah, that's it's a lot of that out here, and that's what I be talking about that myself too, because it's a lot of like powerful people here in the South Bend. If they clicked up, not even just clicked up, but just network together, it'd be a powerful movement. But it's too many egos, and this person want to be doing better than that person. It's like,
Man, we live in a time where fame and notoriety is a drug.
yeah,
And I didn't come up under that time. I didn't come up under that time. So it's a little different, but you just gotta
breeze with it.
you gotta live the life the way you raise and learn. You know?
Yeah, most definitely. Move the way you.
Yeah.
So could you tell us about the Independence Media?
So Independence Media is a record pool that I started probably like 3-4 years ago. So it really all started out. So let me give you a brief history of me so you can understand what Independence Media is. So I was an artist myself. In this area, me and my friend Sean Pratchett, like I said, we had a group. This may be debatable, but I'll stand on it and I can prove it.
Okay.
We were the biggest rap group to ever come out of this area. We were the first rap group to ever have a record deal. We were signed to this record label called Power Records. I don't know if you know who MC Breed is.
Yeah.
Had that, like we was on the label with MC Breed, and this is all proven. Google it right now.
Yeah.
We were signed to a record label called Power Records. We have toured with A-Ball and MJG, 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like this is all on record.
Yeah.
This is all recorded, because they say if it ain't tape, photograph, it didn't happen. Man, any Too Short, like this is all proven. Like we was on tour, like with these artists, paid tours. It was 5 of us, and we were man, we just traveled. We did our thing. But what happened was, and this is one of the things that I had to do with the Small Town Big Dreams tour, and people really don't understand. We signed a record label, and we really didn't understand the paperwork at the time. And so in like 2000, we signed this record deal, and we went to Atlanta, and we did what we called a no advancement deal, because we thought that was what's better for us. Being from Elkhart, Indiana, small town,
yeah.
It was like, man, we already traveling, we getting paid, we making money. Not a lot of money, but we was okay. Like, I mean, we was doing it for fun. Like, it really wasn't about the money for us.
Y'all still was getting paid.
So we signed a deal, and the deal was we recorded our own music, because Sean, man, he was probably the coldest producer to ever come out of this area. To this day, I mean, he passed away a little while ago, but nobody in this area probably could touch his style, his production, his quality, because he cared about what he put out. I mean, if you ever get a chance, just go on YouTube and listen to it.
Okay.
But Anyway, we signed a deal. It was a 70-30 deal. 70% for us, 30% for them after the sales. And what happened was we came home. Man, we was geeked. Our CDs was in Walmart, Kmart. Like, this was before online. Like, we was in Sam Goody, like all of these stores all across the country. Like, we was like,
Sam Goody.
We was like, man, we like, you could go to Sam Goody just like you, like R. Kelly was right there, Click 47 was right there, Walmart, we was in there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And man, we sold over 500,000 units. But this is a true story. We never seen one quarter.
Damn.
Man, we called a record label like we're supposed to get a check the first quarter. And we never, the record label like dipped on us.
Yeah.
Went back down there to the spot. They dipped on us, like ran off with the money pretty much. And like we tried for years and years and years to try to track them down. Cause I mean, you can Google this. Like if you go online right now, people selling our CDs right now, $500, $2,000. All across the world. China, Japan, Mexico, Italy, Click 47, straight from the COE. Wow. And by the time we tracked them down, got a lawyer, this is what the lawyer said to us. I mean, there's a few ways to handle this. Like we can track them down, we can sue them. But by the time I get done doing what I need to do, y'all still not gonna see no money because
all the
money gonna go to the attorney. So they was like, man, just really take this as a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. So that's kind of sort of what happened. So I started the Small Town Big Dreams tour. And that basically was, man, you know, a lot of people make all these promises. They can get you a record deal. They can get you all of these situations. And one of the things that helps me is being from Elkhart. It's a small town. Yeah. And realistically, the ball and the barrel and the gun is against us anyway. South Bend, Elkhart, Mishawaka. Yeah. Like we coming.
I'm telling my son that
we coming out the door in the hole. But one thing that happened to me was, like, man, I never had a small town mentality, and I have always, you know, being able with Click 47, I travel, and relationships is more important to me than anything. Like relationships is way more important than money.
Yeah.
And what happened with me being from a small town, like people make all these promises, all these artists, like I got next, and they really didn't understand what really takes to become a artist. Like money is one of the biggest things. But I started the Small Town Big Dreams tour for this purpose. Yeah. I tell artists, like, I can't promise you a record deal. I mean, I have a lot of plugs, but that still doesn't mean nothing.
Most definitely.
Because talent really isn't all that it takes to get a record deal. Like it takes like somebody told me either you got the money or the connections. Like one of them may or may not get you through. Man, I was at a conference not a little while ago, and Akon said this: every day there are 2 million singles released. How do you get in that top 10? Because that's what really matters. Yeah. Like, man, people don't really understand like what it takes to really get in the music business. You can have the hottest record out, but that really doesn't mean nothing if nobody knows about it. But what I did with the Small Town Big Dreams tour was my relationships. I used my relationships to go like somebody from Elkhart or another small city in Missouri or whatever it may be. And I said, like, you probably have been to Atlanta, but you have never been to Atlanta, like with a Small Town Big Dreams experience. Yeah. Meaning, I could take you to Atlanta and I can introduce you to the DJs. We're going to just enjoy Atlanta. We're going to get the club scene. We're going to see the sights. And the good thing about the Small Town Big Dreams tour is we bring in people from all different avenues. Yeah. So even if you never got a record deal or you never made it big as you wanted to, you got the opportunity to make new friends and see Atlanta, yeah, or see Vegas or see Miami. Yeah. Like some people
get away.
People really don't understand. Like I hear people like, man, I can't afford to go to Las Vegas. If you proper preparation prevents poor performance. You can go to Miami right now from South Bend for about $150. I mean, a flight we use $150 worth of gas running from Elkhart to South Bend every day.
It's all about managing your money, man.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do with the Small Town Big Dreams tour is go and create a situation where somebody like you or myself or somebody who really don't know how to get out and network to be able to get your music heard in front of because it's a whole experience. Go to Miami and visit South Beach and meet independent DJs and hang out with people like-minded and make new friends, because one thing people don't understand is people are looking to hit a home run when if you take a small victory and build it, it'll be different. Like take like myself, if I was an independent artist and you was an independent artist and you lived in Texas and I lived in Indiana and you had 100 fans in Texas and I got 100 fans in Indiana.
Bring them together.
And you take your 100 fans and merge them with my 100 fans, now you got 100 new fans.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to get 1 million fans. If you go from city to city, building 10 fans at a time and finding 10 different people that like you, how fast will your brand build versus trying to think you're going to win on the internet when everybody on the internet trying to win? I'm not saying you can't win on the internet, but what if you get back to my era where you did the hard work and really went out and touched the people? Because that's the problem nowadays. People don't touch the people. So the Small Town Big Dreams tour,
real networking,
was really like a situation where I put together where people could get out and network with other people, build friendships, have somebody to call if you need a situation. Like one thing, like I'm part of the core DJs, and there's no city in this country where I can't go and be like, bro, I'm coming to your town, and somebody gonna welcome me with open arms and make sure I'm good in that city. And that's kind of what the Small Town Big Dreams is.
Opening doors.
You meet somebody from Texas and you be like, I'm going to Texas, bro. Like I have seen it. Like I started the Small Town Big Dreams, and you can Google this. Like the first artist that I ever featured on the Small Town Big Dreams, I'm pushing this record right now. His name is LNS.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He was the first.
Shout out LNS.
He was the first artist to ever perform on the Small Town Big Dreams tour.
Yeah.
And not saying that I put him in a situation.
Yeah.
But I was part of his process though. He understood like the small piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
What it takes.
Come perform, come get in front of the DJs. And now, you know, he was signed to Akon, but you know, his record just broke in the top 100 on Spotify. He working with Jazzy Faye and he doing some other things. So, but that came from the Small Town Big Dreams tour. Yeah. Not totally, but it was part of the process. Yeah. But he understood, like, man, if I go to this city and I go to that city, and it's not a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Like I made it. Like you pay $150 to come to Miami, get yourself there and get your hotel. You're gonna get all the clubs for free. You're gonna get to perform and network with the DJs. You're gonna meet friends, and that's what it was. Like being from a small town, that is one of the benefits of my life. But then, like I said, as an artist, one of the things that helped me out, and being a DJ, there's a lot of, like, artists don't understand what servicing a record is. Servicing a record is when you give it to a company and they get it to the DJs and they put it out there for you. But like with anything, you still got to understand what you get into. My record pool, Independence Media, is only for independent artists, not major artists, because you can get lost in the sauce and lost in the shuffle. Like what I did was, because and people will tell you that sometimes DJs get big headed, but what I did along the way with the Small Town Big Dreams tour is I still go to the clubs and check out DJs, and I go and figure out like what DJs don't know how to get records and know how to get in, that still break records, because people really don't understand what one DJ can't break a record. Yeah, it takes a family to break a record. But what I went is like, and I went and found a whole bunch of DJs that really love playing new records, and I put them that's really not affiliated with a DJ crew, because there's several DJ crews out there. But these artists are like in the small clubs, like in cities like ours and small towns in Mississippi, and I give them the record, so they pay $100, and I upload it to my record pool, and I blast it out, and I do the work for them, to over 1,500 DJs a month. So that's what I do, and then I follow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's $100 because I understand like some people just don't got the $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. But even if you don't have $100, you shouldn't be in the music game anyway.
Yeah.
Like some people would say, man, $100 is a lot of money. Well, you wasting your time and mine. But that's what I do. But I deal with a lot of major artists, major independent. So that's what I do that's what independence media is.
Okay. That's dope.
We send the records out. I stand on records. Like one good thing about me, like I have my own radio station, like I said, and I'm on the radio 7 days a week. But I do nothing but independent artists. So, but I have the ability, like all I do is mix independent artists. Yeah. 7 days a week. So if I get a hot record, I can play it. My show is called Down with the King, independent artist. So that's what I do all day. So that's what I'm on right now.
What events like have you been like DJ'd in, like made like?
Man, it's crazy, bro. I DJ all over, man. I done been out the country. Like I said, I DJ for this artist. His name is Big Bub. So shit, I done DJ for people 100,000. Yeah. I done DJ for 10 people because everything ain't a success.
Yeah.
But I promote shows too. Mm-hmm. So like one of the main things is one thing that I have understood in my life is control your own situation. Yeah. So if like people really don't know this, but this is all like I told you earlier. I was one of the first people to bring Young Jeezy when he came out. Yeah. I got pictures, I got the videos. Like my ear is like a crazy ear. But I have did pretty much every artist. I lost, like this is a true story. I tell this story all the time. Like when Wiz Khalifa first came out, my homie called me and was like, man, you want to bring Wiz Khalifa to Elkhart? And I was like, man, who the hell is Wiz Khalifa? Never had heard of him, but he was going to be in Fort Wayne. So I was like, man, I ain't never heard of him, bro. I passed on him. Yeah. And a week later, like, Wiz Khalifa was everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm trying to call him because the situation was like 1,500. Like that next week, it was like 40,000.
That fast.
But like I have DJ, man. Like DJing has allowed me to DJ like all over the country. Some of the biggest artists. Like if you go through my Facebook and look at my pictures, man, I have been putting. God has blessed me like to understand being from a small town isn't a hang up. It's an excuse to some people. But one thing I understand, man, you have to get out and be seen. Because once you get out and be seen, like people will start to understand and see you like over and over and over. I go to the BET Awards, I get to go to Grammys, I've been to the Source Awards, man, Jack the Rapper, like in my lifetime I have been able to experience that. Yeah. But
that's dope.
I just come back home because I understand like it ain't where you from, it's where you at. Yeah. But it's your work ethic. Like if you follow me, like I'm probably asleep at midnight, but I'm back up at 5 o'clock in the morning, recording mixes, doing flyers, like cause I do graphics, I mix, I DJ, man, I do some video stuff because one thing like I understand is people are lazy, and I hate waiting on people. Man. Like people, man, the saying like they have sayings when I came up. Like the early bird get the worm really means something. Yeah. Like people think like that you need him. Like he do graphics, but he gonna make you wait because he getting high 3, 4, 5 days. So what happened with me was I used to be that person. I had to wait 3, 4, 5 days. Mm-hmm. But then one day I woke up and found out at Ivy Tech you can go get a degree in 3 months. Yeah. So I paid the bread. So now, I pay people because I really don't have time. But if push come to shove, I can go to my computer right now and smack my own flyer together, and you'll be like, "Damn, who did that? I did." Yeah. Because I don't.
That's what I want to record. That's what I want to record.
And then like man, egos play a big old like people don't know how to play their role. Yeah. So like you get in situations where you thinking you have a team of people, and people come along, man, and they feel like you get more attention, and then it start to go opposite. Yeah. So you just have to. I just prepare myself for all situations, bro.
Yeah. got to, cause if you don't, man. But I was going through the same stuff, but you can talk about it.
Yeah, man.
But you got an up and coming event though. You want to tell them about it, and man, y'all go get some tickets, man. Come party, man.
So my birthday party is coming up, man. I'm telling people, like, man, I come from a different era. I'm gonna be 50 years old, man, in 31 days, and it's a blessing to me, man, cause like for the last 10 years, bro, and this is a true story, and I have never talked about this, really. I have never talked about this in public. So what I'm about to tell you about, like, it's kind of, it's. So, I have been a street person. Life has not always been good, but I always had a mom and dad in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, dad was overprotective, but my dad was a father. I had a real father. But 10 years ago, I started these birthday parties. Happen every year, first of the year. Banging parties. But people always thought I was just throwing these parties just to be celebrating my birthday. But that was never the reason. There was never the reason for my birthday parties. And this is a true story, and I have never talked about this public, so you get some exclusive. When I was 18 years old, this is true. It's just how life, the ball bounces sometimes, and you have to deal with your circumstances. So when I was 18 years old, man, my dad, like, I think it was like maybe 1 or 2 days before my 18th birthday. My dad was a street person, hustling but working. Somebody in our close circle set my dad up, and he was arrested for selling cocaine. That was like right before my 18th birthday. And then we bonded him out, and you know how the system worked. So it's just a coincidence, like right before my 21st birthday, my dad had to turn himself in to go to prison. So my dad went to prison. Like, he turned himself in on my 21st birthday. And like, they had gave him 10 years. But through the grace of God, he went to prison, did what he had to do, and he was released. Because back then it was like 10 do 5. Yeah. But he ended up doing like 3.5 years, something like that.
Yeah, time cuts.
Yeah. On my 25th birthday, my dad, we buried my father. So my 18th, my 21st, and my 25th birthday, like, it was like really tragedy for me. So, but me and my dad was really close, so I had to find a way to deal with these situations. So it was like I could, man, go somewhere and get in the corner and music. And so I just started throwing these parties, man, to get past the time. But I decided this year that I was my dad, on my 50th birthday, it's really like the 25-year anniversary of my dad passing. So I'm going to do it big. Because I have a lot of good relationships, so I called Kid Capri, and he said, I've never been to South Bend, Indiana. I live in Elkhart, but I have ties to South Bend. And I said, can you come to South Bend and celebrate my birthday with me? And he said, I'm there. And then I was like, I'm an old school cat, R&B. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I'm gonna see, like, the person who I really wanted to get, man. I ain't gonna say it was out of my budget, but it's out of the budget for South Bend. Yeah. It's out of the budget for this area. Like, if I was in Chicago or New York or Atlanta, I would have did it. I would have spent the $40,000. But we can't sustain that. But I went to one of my favorite artists, Selena Johnson, and I called her and I'm like, hey sis, can you come rock out with me for my birthday? And she said, I'm there. So
it's love.
This is gonna be like my 50th birthday party, because, man, one thing we realized, man, like, my son was murdered last year, 23 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
Life is short for these youngsters. So for me being able to turn 50,
it's a blessing.
Good health, man, circle is crazy. Like, I'm gonna enjoy the moment, fam. I'm gonna enjoy the moment. So we gonna turn up at the Century Center, just have a good time, man. It's gonna be like an R&B Kid Capri party. I got a whole bunch of my celebrity friends flying in. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I got a whole bunch of my celebrity friends flying in, man, to kick it with me, hang out with me. I'm enjoying.
Tap in and get some tickets, man.
Tickets $50, or you can get the VIPs for $125 and drink with me all night.
Yeah, I gotta get the 125.
But it's gonna be crazy, man. But I'm just enjoying life right now. Like I said, man, I'm blessed. Like I said, to be from this small town that God has allowed me to see the world, man. I get to go out of the country all the time. I'm part of the world's largest DJ coalition, the Core DJs, man. I'm blessed with that brotherhood and that sisterhood. We have the tightest DJs in the world, man.
Yeah.
Most influential. We say this all the time. We don't even put our man DJs on you. If you get to talking that crazy, we just gonna put our female DJs on you and see how that
go. Yeah.
Fair for you. If you get past our female DJs,
then you can come join.
Then you might be talking about something. But our female DJs, man, they the coldest. I be like, God damn, sis. Sheesh. I be like, sometimes I see some of my sisters DJing, my core DJs, so I be like, I might not even want to DJ tonight. That's how cold they be.
Yeah.
But the whole crew, like, it's like, man, hey, bro, go get him.
Yeah.
But it's good, man, that we get to go out. We have a conference twice a year, different parts of the country, and we all come together. There's 500 of us. And we take over a city, man, and we network, and we talk to the independent artists, and we break records. And I'm going to tell you a crazy story. I just realized. So, one of the biggest songs ever is Swag Surfing.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we was talking about some of the records that we broke. So when they first came out, they came to a court DJ retreat, and they performed that song in front of all the court DJs. And I was looking at the video, and I was on the stage, behind the stage, when they first ever performed that song in front of the DJs. It was crazy.
Yeah, I already know. That's probably the crowd.
Yeah, so
going side to side.
That's like, man, with the core DJs, man, we have a brotherhood and a sisterhood. It really ain't about DJing. It's about us getting together, breaking records, and spending time with each other. And we call each other. You need somebody passed, somebody need a record, or somebody just need a word of encouragement, or somebody need to be put in check.
Yeah.
See, some people scared to put their people in check. We don't have that with the core DJ. We gonna pick the phone up and be like, hey, bro, you messing up.
Yeah.
You need to get in check. Like, you got us out here looking bad. You got yourself looking bad. You need to tighten up. Man, I seen you doing something. Your shirt was crooked, or your tie was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's one of the things about
pulling them up.
Yeah. So we a family. So that's what we do. But I'm just blessed, man.
Most definitely, man.
Got a lot of proud moments out here. Man, the Cupid Shuffle, man, that's my homie, my brother. I helped break that record.
Yeah, I just got get a plaque.
I just got a plaque for that, $5 million.
Yeah.
$5 million.
That's dope. That's dope.
So I just got a plaque for that. We just hit another milestone, 1 million streams on this new single called Flex. It's another record that, so we just hit 1 million streams on that. So we proud of that. So I'm working that record. I'm dabbling into the Southern Soul right now, because Southern Soul is like the biggest thing right now. So I'm working with some big artists on the Southern Soul tip. This artist named Magic One that I'm working with very closely, road managing. He got a crazy record out right now that I'm working. So I'm working L&S record. I manage a few artists. My main artist is Black Magic to the Dirt. Got a crazy sequel called Cut It. We working right now. Okay. I got an R&B artist, Sherelle. I'm working with Sippy, Capo Sippy. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know Sippy.
I manage him.
Shout out to Sippy. I know Sippy.
Yeah, so I'm into a little bit of everything. But if I had one thing that I say that I'm good with, is making sure the kids and the community is great. I just got an award from the governor for my community service, man. Like every Christmas, I feed about 500 to 1,000 people. Make sure they got coats and toys. Make sure the kids, man. So I'm just doing what God want me to do right
So you gonna get a blessing for that too, though.
Already got my blessing. Where you at, baby? My baby, man.
That's what's up.
Watching this, man, but man, if I could just give anybody a piece of advice, man, don't let your circumstances be your circumstance. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Man, everybody ain't gonna root for you. But music, man, music saved my life. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Music saved my life. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, you wanna let them know where they can find you at?
Man, they can find me on all social media. The Real DJ King Rob, or my radio is Down with the King on Instagram and on Facebook. But come rock with me, man.
January 7th, man.
January 7th. Any artists, man, y'all need anything, man, get at me, man. Don't.
Century Center.
We have this motto, man. I give a lot of myself free. I'll give a lot of, but I'm not here to fund your career or make you famous.
Yeah.
So like with the core DJs, man, we have this thing. It's called small budget, no problem. No budget, big problem. Everything costs money and time. And one thing we understand, man, you can't get back time. You can't get back time. People don't understand. Can't get back time. The DJ is probably the most hatedest person in the music business. But we are the most important person in this music business. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And I hope artists really understand this. Right now, we live in this thing where people like, man, I can get famous on the internet. True.
Yeah.
I don't need a DJ. And I'm gonna tell you why you need a DJ. The internet gonna get you right now. The DJ gonna get you longevity. Yeah. The internet is instant success. The DJ is long-term success. There's no internet in the club. There's no internet on the radio. So when you go to the cookout, there's no internet. The DJ is there playing the hit records. I'm saying me as a DJ.
Yeah.
I'm the DJ at the party who can look at my crates right now and play a record that came out in 1979 and everybody gonna say, oh shoot. The internet ain't gonna throw you no record that not only came out 6 months ago, but years later. So, like, you don't go to the club and you say, DJ, play my song in the club. A DJ know how to play those records that's gonna make everybody feel good. So, I guess, man, we here to stay. So, just artists, man, get you a DJ in your life, respect the DJ, man, and keep grinding.
That's what's up. Appreciate you for stopping by, man.
Oh, for sure, fam, anytime.
Shout out, man. This is another episode of Midwest Slang. Midwest Slang, man. Hit us up.
Midwest Slang, Nelly.